If you are listening to this audio right now, it means powerful changes are already beginning to move toward you. Abundance, success, financial growth, confidence, and meaningful relationships are all aligning with your life in the near future. Keep returning to this track daily and allow it to gradually reshape your mindset toward wealth, prosperity, and success in every area of your life. As you continue, new patterns of thinking and success will naturally be installed within you, guiding you step by step into a better version of your future. Now prepare yourself to step into this new chapter of your life. I am strong, healthy, and fully capable, and I choose to honor my body by filling my day with positivity, joy, and meaningful achievements. My mind and body are aligned and ready to shine with full energy today. I trust that today holds something special for me, and I welcome it with openness and confidence. Today is going to be an amazing and successful day for me. I am fully in charge of my thoughts, my emotions, and my actions. I have the ability to create a peaceful, safe, and positive environment within myself no matter what is happening around me. I trust my abilities completely, and I know I can achieve anything I focus on today. I choose to stay grateful and fully present in every moment. I notice opportunities as they appear, and I make the most of each one. I move through my day with awareness, positivity, and a sense of purpose. I am thankful for this day and for everything it brings into my life. I appreciate the new opportunities that are coming my way, and I look forward to excelling in everything I do. I remain open, focused, and ready for growth. I am deeply grateful for the endless possibilities that life continues to offer me, and I welcome success, abundance, and happiness into my life right now. Everything good in my life is always possible for me at any moment. I allow myself to believe in that fully, without doubt or hesitation. I choose peace, love, prosperity, and abundance over stress, negativity, worry, and confusion. My focus today is my well-being, my awareness, and my inner balance. I prioritize my mental clarity and emotional wellness above everything that drains me. I will feel proud of who I am today. I know I am worthy, and I allow myself to dream freely and boldly. My dreams are not far away from me. They are already moving closer, and I trust that they can become real in my life. I am healthy, strong, and capable, and I choose to appreciate my body for everything it allows me to do. I fill my day with gratitude, joy, and meaningful actions. My mind and body are aligned, energized, and ready to shine with full potential. Today I feel deep gratitude for my life, for my thoughts, and for my physical being. I appreciate the chance to experience this day, and I welcome everything it brings with an open heart. I look forward to growing, improving, and rising above every challenge I may face. I am becoming the best version of myself with every passing moment. I am fully ready to move toward my goals with confidence and determination. Every new day gives me another chance to begin again, to improve, and to move closer to my dreams. My mind is filled with hope, clarity, and positive energy. I choose to believe in myself completely. I know I have the power to achieve, to overcome, and to succeed in everything I set my intention on today. Living my best life and showing up as my best self feels completely natural to me. It is my normal state of being. I allow myself to embody that fully without resistance. Right now, my mind and body feel refreshed, recharged, and full of energy. I am ready to take action, move forward, and make the most of this day. I feel grateful, calm, fearless, and brave. I am in control of my thoughts, and I recognize the power I hold within myself. I choose to direct that power toward positivity, growth, and success. Today feels aligned and peaceful. I am in harmony with life and open to receiving all the good things meant for me. The universe supports me, and I welcome everything great that is unfolding in my life right now. I am in alignment with my desires, and I trust that they are already coming into reality. My mind and body are awake, focused, and ready to shine. Today I consciously choose kindness, love, and patience in every situation. I refuse to react negatively to anything that comes my way. Instead, I respond with awareness, understanding, and calm energy. I treat myself and others with care and compassion. I attract positive thoughts, success, prosperity, and uplifting energy into my life. Everything I give out returns to me multiplied in goodness. I am enough just as I am. I am worthy, and I allow healing energy to flow through me as I speak these truths. The past no longer weighs me down. Instead, it teaches me, shapes me, and helps me grow. Today is a fresh gift, and I choose to fully accept it. Nothing can stop my progress. I welcome a peaceful, successful, and balanced day filled with abundance and ease. My mind is in perfect harmony with the natural flow of life and the universe around me. I feel relaxed, grounded, and open to achieving everything I truly desire. My thoughts are powerful enough to overcome fear, silence anxiety, and dissolve doubt. I move forward with confidence, ready to begin my day with clarity and strength. I deserve love, I deserve peace, and I deserve a meaningful life filled with purpose. Today, I choose to live as if all of these blessings are already present in my reality. I am living, learning, and growing every moment. I am becoming more aware, more present, and more aligned with my highest self as each day passes. This morning, I choose to stay fully present in every moment of my day. I trust myself deeply, and I believe in my ability to be successful, abundant, and confident in everything I do. I carry this belief with me as I move through each hour, allowing it to guide my thoughts and actions. I feel grateful, calm, fearless, and strong. I am in full control of my mind, and I choose my thoughts with awareness and intention. I do not allow negativity to control my reactions. Instead, I respond with clarity, patience, and strength no matter what comes my way. My mind and body are aligned and fully prepared to begin this day with energy and focus. I feel centered, peaceful, and grounded. Everything is unfolding in the right way for me today, and I trust that the flow of my life is working in my favor. With every breath I take, I release stress, anxiety, and tension. I allow myself to feel lighter, calmer, and more at ease. I welcome peace, prosperity, and gentleness into my day, and I allow these feelings to fill my mind and body completely. I am deeply grateful for everything that enters my life today. I recognize that every experience brings value, growth, and opportunity. My thoughts are filled with self-love, optimism, and confidence. I choose to focus on success, and I carry the belief that I already have everything I need within me. I am thankful for the endless opportunities that are continuously coming toward me. I feel aligned with the future I desire, as if it is already present in my life. My mind and body are awake, strong, and ready to shine with full potential. Today truly feels like it will be one of the best days of my life. I am fully in control of my thoughts, my emotions, and my overall energy. I have the ability to create safety, peace, and positivity within myself at any moment. I believe in my skills, my decisions, and my ability to achieve everything I set my mind on today. I remain grateful, aware, and fully present, noticing every opportunity that appears in my path. I appreciate this day and everything it brings with it. I welcome new opportunities with gratitude, and I look forward to excelling in every area of my life. I am open, ready, and committed to my growth. I am thankful for the endless possibilities ahead of me. I am ready right now to move toward my goals with clarity, confidence, and determination, allowing success to flow into my life naturally and consistently. Everything good in my life is always possible for me at any moment. I choose my life, my love, my peace, my prosperity, and my abundance over negativity, stress, worry, and fear. I release anything that weighs me down and instead focus on clarity, calmness, and growth. My mindfulness and my well-being come first in my life today. I choose to feel proud of who I am becoming. I recognize my worth, and I allow myself to dream freely without limitation. I trust that my dreams are not far away. They are already taking shape and moving closer to becoming my reality. I am healthy, strong, and capable, and I choose to honor my body with gratitude. I fill my day with joy, progress, and meaningful achievements. I appreciate everything my body does for me, and I support it with positive thoughts and actions. With gratitude in my heart, I move through this day knowing I am aligned with success and happiness. I am ready to experience the best day of my life, and I open myself fully to attract everything good that is meant for me. I remind myself that I am worthy, I am capable, and I am allowed to dream big. My thoughts are powerful, and I direct them toward peace, abundance, and success. Now I am fully prepared to step into a positive, successful, and fulfilling day. I welcome all opportunities with confidence and openness, and I trust that life is working in my favor. Listen to this message every morning to remind yourself of your power, your worth, and your potential. Keep going with faith and positivity, and I truly wish you a great day ahead because I know you are capable of making it amazing. This kind of script is centered around mindset conditioning through repetition, affirmation, and emotional focus. The idea is to guide your attention away from fear-based thinking and into a more intentional mental state where you consistently reinforce beliefs like confidence, gratitude, peace, and success. When you repeat statements like, I am in control of my thoughts, or I choose abundance over stress, you are essentially training your attention. The mind naturally tends to follow what it hears often, especially when it is paired with calm emotion or daily routine. Over time, this can influence how you interpret situations, how you respond to challenges, and what opportunities you notice in your environment. A major theme in this type of content is emotional regulation. Instead of reacting automatically to stress or uncertainty, the script encourages pausing internally and choosing a different response, one based on calmness, self-trust, and clarity. This doesn't remove real-life problems, but it changes how overwhelming they feel because your internal dialogue becomes more stable and supportive. Another important element is identity shaping. Statements like, I am confident, I am worthy, or I am becoming my best self are designed to slowly shift how you see yourself. In psychology, repeated self-referential language can influence self-perception, especially when it aligns with consistent behavior. If someone begins acting in ways that match those beliefs, the brain starts reinforcing that identity over time. Gratitude also plays a central role. Focusing on appreciation, whether for the body, opportunities, or simple moments, helps shift attention away from lack and toward what is already present. This can reduce anxiety and increase a sense of stability because the mind is less focused on what is missing or uncertain. These scripts also often emphasize present moment thinking. Instead of constantly projecting into worries about the future or regrets from the past, the focus is brought back to now. This helps reduce mental overload and creates a calmer internal state, which can make decision-making clearer and more grounded. At a deeper level, the message is about taking responsibility for your inner world. It suggests that while you cannot control every external event, you can control your interpretation, your focus, and your response. That shift alone can change how life feels, even before anything outside actually changes. In simple terms, this topic is about training your mind to default toward calm confidence instead of fear, and to repeatedly return to thoughts that support growth, discipline, and emotional balance. Another layer to understand here is how these affirmations work with repetition and emotional pairing. The brain doesn't just respond to words, it responds to patterns that are repeated with feeling. When you consistently hear ideas like I am safe, I am capable, or I choose peace, your nervous system starts to associate those phrases with a calmer state. Over time, this can soften the intensity of stress responses, not by removing challenges, but by reducing how threatening they feel internally. There is also a strong focus on attention training. Most people don't realize how much their daily experience is shaped by where they place their attention. If attention is constantly directed toward fear, lack, or comparison, the mind starts building a narrative around those themes. These scripts try to redirect attention towards stability, gratitude, and possibility. It's not about ignoring reality, but about choosing which parts of reality you amplify in your mind. Another important idea is self-talk replacement. Everyone has an internal voice that runs in the background all day. For many people, that voice is critical, anxious, or uncertain. Affirmation-based scripts attempt to overwrite that pattern by repeatedly introducing a more supportive internal voice. Instead of I can't handle this, it becomes I am capable of handling what comes. That shift may seem small, but over time it changes emotional resilience. These kinds of messages also rely on the concept of emotional rehearsal. When you repeatedly imagine yourself calm, successful, or in control, your mind begins to build familiarity with those states. So when real-life situations appear, they feel less unfamiliar and less overwhelming. It's similar to mental practice before actual performance. Another key point is nervous system regulation. When the language is slow, repetitive, and positive, it can encourage relaxation responses in the body. Breathing tends to slow, muscle tension reduces, and the mind becomes less reactive. This is why many people use such audio in the morning or before sleep, because those are moments when the mind is more receptive. At the same time, it's important to stay grounded about what these scripts can and cannot do. They don't magically change external reality on their own. What they can do is influence perception, consistency of action, and emotional state. And those three things, how you think, how you feel, and how you respond, often shape the direction of your life over time. In a deeper sense, the core message is about reclaiming mental direction. Instead of letting worry, habit, or external pressure run the inner narrative, you actively choose a different one. With repetition, that chosen narrative starts to feel more natural and eventually becomes the default way you interpret your day. There's also a psychological layer here connected to belief formation. The mind doesn't instantly accept new beliefs just because they are repeated once or twice. What actually happens is gradual reinforcement through repetition, emotional consistency, and lived experience. So when someone listens to messages like I am confident or I am successful, it starts as a suggestion, not a belief. Over time, if the person continues engaging with it, the mind begins to treat it as familiar, and familiarity is what often turns into belief. Another important aspect is what you could call cognitive framing. These scripts frame life events in a specific way. Challenges become growth, uncertainty becomes opportunity, and the present moment becomes something safe rather than threatening. This framing doesn't erase reality, but it changes interpretation. And interpretation is what drives emotional reaction more than the event itself. There's also a subtle shift happening around control and agency. Many people feel like life is happening to them, especially during stressful periods. These affirmations are designed to reverse that feeling by reinforcing internal control over thoughts, reactions, focus, and emotional direction. That sense of agency can reduce helplessness and increase motivation because the mind starts to feel like it has influence again. Another layer is emotional anchoring. When positive statements are repeatedly paired with calm breathing, music, or quiet moments, the body starts to associate those emotions with safety and stability. This is why the same script can feel more powerful over time. The body remembers the emotional state, not just the words. There is also an important shift from reactive thinking to intentional thinking. Reactive thinking is automatic. Stress happens, then fear follows. Intentional thinking introduces a pause, even if it's small, where you consciously choose a different response. These scripts are essentially training that pause. They encourage you to step out of automatic worry patterns and into more deliberate thought patterns. On a deeper level, this also connects to identity reinforcement again, but more strongly. Identity is not just what you think about yourself, it's what you repeatedly accept as normal for you. So when someone constantly consumes messages about discipline, calmness, gratitude, and success, they begin to normalize those states. Eventually, anything outside that alignment, like chaos or self-doubt, feels less acceptable. Another dimension is emotional permission. Many people carry unconscious resistance to feeling good, successful, or peaceful for long periods, often due to past experiences or conditioning. These affirmations slowly give permission to feel stable, to feel worthy, and to feel at ease without guilt or doubt. That shift alone can change how long someone stays in positive emotional states. At a practical level, the effectiveness of this kind of content depends heavily on consistency. Occasional listening creates temporary motivation. Daily exposure starts shaping thought patterns. Combined with real-life action, it can influence behavior choices, how you speak, how you react, what you pursue, and what you tolerate. In the end, the deeper message is not just about repeating positive words. It's about retraining the inner environment so that your default mental state becomes calmer, more focused, and more self-directed. When that internal environment changes, everything outside starts to feel different too, because you are no longer reacting from the same emotional baseline as before. There's an even deeper way to look at this kind of script, and it connects to how the brain builds mental reality from repeated inputs. Your mind is constantly predicting how life will feel based on past experience and current focus. If your focus is usually stress, doubt, or fear, the brain starts treating those states as the default model of reality. These affirmations try to interrupt that model and introduce a new one, where calm, confidence, and possibility become the expected baseline instead. Another important layer is neuroplasticity, which is simply the brain's ability to rewire itself through repetition. Every repeated thought strengthens certain neural pathways while weakening others. So when someone consistently listens to ideas like, I am in control of my mind, or I choose peace over stress, they are not just hearing words, they are repeatedly activating specific thought circuits. Over time, those circuits can become more automatic, making calm or positive thinking easier to access under pressure. There is also a shift happening in how the self is experienced internally. Most people experience the mind as a stream of uncontrolled thoughts. These scripts introduce the idea that you are separate from those thoughts. You are the observer and the chooser. That distinction is powerful because it creates space between stimulus and reaction. In that space, behavior can change. Another subtle but important aspect is emotional consistency training. Life naturally fluctuates, but the goal of this kind of mental practice is to reduce extreme emotional swings. Instead of going from calm to panic quickly, the mind learns to return to a baseline more easily. That doesn't mean emotions disappear. It means they become less destabilizing and more manageable. There is also a strong element of expectation shaping. What you expect tends to influence what you notice and how you interpret events. If you expect struggle, you'll interpret neutral events as problems. If you expect growth and opportunity, you'll start noticing small wins, open doors, and solutions more easily. These scripts intentionally build a pattern of positive expectation to shift perception. Another deeper idea is that of internal leadership. Without conscious direction, the mind often defaults to old habits, fears, and environmental influence. These affirmations act like a form of internal leadership training, where you repeatedly practice directing your thoughts instead of being pulled by them. Over time, this can create a stronger sense of inner stability, especially during uncertainty. There's also a connection to behavioral momentum. Thoughts influence feelings, feelings influence actions, and actions reinforce identity. So when someone repeatedly feeds themselves empowering thoughts, it becomes slightly easier to act in alignment with those thoughts. Even small actions like being more patient, more focused, or more disciplined start reinforcing the new identity loop. At a more human level, this type of content also provides emotional structure. Many people don't have consistent internal encouragement, so these scripts temporarily fill that gap. They act like an external voice that slowly becomes internalized. Eventually, parts of that supportive voice can remain even when the audio is not playing. But the most important thing to understand is this: these scripts are not meant to replace reality or effort. They are meant to influence the internal conditions that shape how you deal with reality. When your inner state is calmer and more directed, you naturally make clearer decisions, waste less energy on fear, and stay more consistent with your goals. So, in essence, the deeper purpose of this topic is internal transformation through repetition, shifting attention, reshaping emotional responses, and gradually building a more stable, intentional way of experiencing life from the inside out. This message is a reminder that your inner world is the starting point of everything you experience. When you choose calm over chaos, gratitude over fear, and belief over doubt, you begin to reshape the way life feels from within. Every thought you repeat becomes a direction, and every emotion you nurture becomes a path forward. You are not defined by your past or your worries, but by the awareness and choices you make in this present moment. And in that awareness, you hold the power to build a life rooted in peace, strength, and quiet confidence.